Good morning, my name is Marcela Ordóñez and I'm going to speak you about digital reading for developing reading habits. Even though students on Colombian University make a lot of digital reading, they don't have a good performance of the critical reading part of the standardized test. Why is this concerning? Because the lack of reading comprehension can result in misunderstanding and bring other problems. What can we do to improve that? After some research, I found that some kinds of digital reading are being used as learning strategies. The biggest problem with the lack of reading comprehension is that it shows that Colombian University don't have a good academic performance, and this generates a problem for the country development. The World Bank defines education as a strong instrument for gender equality, peace, reducing poverty, improving health, and it helps the country development. Colombians should be concerned about how low the results of reading comprehension are, how bad academic performance is, and how this is affecting its development. To give you some background, I'm going to show you two charts that were taken from the ICFES public website. The graph shows that the students are divided in four groups. The group number one is the red one, and it shows the lowest scores. The fourth group is the green one, and it has the highest score. The first graphic shows a comparison of the result of a high-score university and the national average. The first column shows that most of the students of the university with the highest score are placed in the first and then the third and fourth groups. And the second column shows that more of the half of the national students are placed on the first and second groups. In the second graphic, the first column shows that almost every one of the students of the lowest score university are placed on the first and second groups. This chart shows that the score of the national average is closer to the lowest university, and it confirms the problem of reading comprehension as a national issue. One major cause for this could be that the students don't have reading habits and don't know how to create them. For many years, reading habits has been known as one of the tools to improve the academic performance. However, it has always been a problem with the creation of these kinds of habits. One of the main aspects to create these kinds of habits is reading for pleasure, and digital platforms could be the perfect to help with this. You will note that this chart shows that 80% of students prefers of reading on their laptops, and only the 4% prefer reading on non-digital devices. It shows that university students read on digital devices, and it could be useful to create reading habits. There are many kinds of digital reading. One of the oldest is hypertextual literature. That is an interactive form of reading where the reader participates in the story development. A similar kind of reading can be carried out in Wikipedia. People can start reading one article and then check to another only by making a click on a hyperlink. There is also the fan fiction, where a fan can continue a story of a book, a movie, or a video game. These two forms of digital literature are funny and interesting, so it could help to develop the addict of reading for pleasure. When I was younger, I started to read this type of digital reading, and I really enjoyed it, so it helped me to read for pleasure. And after that, I began to read other kind of literature like books and newspaper easily and faster. Although there are not many students about how fanfiction can help to improve reading habits, there are some students that shows how it can help to develop other kind of abilities. A study in a University of Sweden shows that fanfiction are useful for learning of a second language. In high school, I used to have a friend who read and wrote fanfiction since she was a kid. She did it in English, so it helped her to improve her vocabulary and reading comprehension faster than more of her classmates. However, the study is more focused on writing abilities than on reading habits. But this doesn't mean that this kind of digital literature will not be useful to solve the problem. The fanfiction and hypertextual literature have a lot of subjects that allow a wide assortment of reading, so it could be the perfect boost for the desire for people to read and help to create reading habits that will help to improve academic performance. To conclude, it's clear that there is a necessity of improve the results of Colombian university students in critical reading. Furthermore, is it of paramount importance to show students that they can read for pleasure. By taking advantage of digital reading, it is possible to help them to create healthy reading habits. Thank you very much for your attention.